Okay, so I was asked to make a video about the peppermint milkshakes that I referenced a long time ago. This is a recipe by Chocolate Covered Katie. Chocolate Covered Katie is a vegan blogger, but you can make your foods dairy or whatever you want, but they're just very tasty. So I like this recipe for a few reasons as an herbalist, because it involves different herbs. So first thing we do is take some frozen bananas, and I break them up because my blender doesn't so great. And we're going to add it to the blender. So I'm going to break some of these up, or at least demonstrate putting one in right now. Okay, into the blender. Okay, once the bananas are in, we're going to add some pitted dates. And I will give you all the proportions because I make for a large family. So I'll give you the proportions for a smaller portion size, and you can multiply as you wish. Okay, the next part is my personal favorite, because even though right now I'm using frozen bagged spinach, which is actually what the recipe calls for, and you can toss in as much as you want. This is what gives it the green color. But you can use any herb that you would normally replace with spinach. So this could be milk thistle, this could be nettles, this could be mallow. If you have an abundance growing in your yard, then you could, chop it up, or even not chop it off, prep it, like clean it, freeze it, and just pull it out and toss it in when you're ready to make these milkshakes. Okay, so lastly, we have the peppermint. So here I have peppermint essential oil. I have no investment in this brand. So this is Mentha piperita peppermint, okay? And essential oils, there's a lot of dispute in the herbal community about their safety. Herbalist Susan Weed is almost entirely against them, but many herbalists I know use them with caution in their herbal preparations, be it body creams or whatever they're doing. But as far as ingesting them, we're taught to have an awful lot of caution, which is wise because they really are toxic. But I want you to notice that I have here some peppermint flavor. This is peppermint extract. Hang on. Okay. And I just want you to take a look at the ingredients list. It's basically peppermint essential oil, even though they don't say that. I suppose it's possible that they made their peppermint oil in a different way, but many companies will just use essential oil and dilute it with a carrier oil, in this case, sunflower oil. So because I'm not so into adding sunflower oil, I can just really add maybe a drop or two, depending on how large of a batch I'm making. For me, I use 2 or possibly 3 when I'm making for, around 10 people. And that's it. So I can't show you me putting this in, but you'll have to take my word for it. Okay, scratch that. There, 2 drops. 2 drops of oil is all you need. And the next thing to do is just cover the dates, bananas, and spinach, or green of your choice, benign tasting, mild tasting green of your choice, with milk of your choice. It could be soy milk, it could be almond milk. I don't know how regular cow's milk or sheep's milk or something like that would work with this. I've tried half and half before and it's been okay. I'm not sure if 100% animal-based milk would work well because of the peppermint oil. Maybe there would be a curdling effect. I'm not sure. I know that when I add milk to my peppermint tea, it curdles. So I'm going to cover with milk of my choice, and then you put it in the blender. Okay, so I prefer actually the taste of vanilla. I like to add that, but if you just have regular soy, you can add a tiny bit of vanilla extract if you like as well. That's also tasty. Some people like to add a little pinch of salt. I don't. I think my soy milk contains plenty. So I'm just going to cover or almost cover. So here, just to show you what I'm seeing. Okay, so maybe I didn't almost cover, but I'm going to start there. Maybe I'll add a tad bit more, and I can always add more to get the right consistency. This milkshake is a very thick milkshake by nature, and we like to give it a whirl in the blender and then garnish it with a small handful of chocolate chips on the top, which is really fun. You like peppermint smoothies? Yes. Amelia said they're very, very good. Okay, so here's our smoothie before it gets blended. I just want to add that you could use the actual herb peppermint if you were growing it instead of the essential oil, obviously. I don't grow peppermint here, and I've found it really difficult. Spearmint, nana is abundant, but peppermint not so much. Okay, so that was about a minute in the blender, and you can see it's really thick, and sometimes we eat it with a spoon. You could definitely fill it out. We know that it's done when all of the green has just kind of, you don't see individual bits of spinach or other things, and it's all well blended. So let's pour it for the princesses and see what they think. Okay, so here we are, our peppermint smoothie.
Mommy, I need a spoon.
You need a spoon. And this is all vegan, made with...
Tastes yummy.
Taste it. You want to taste it? Here. It's a bit thick.
Yummy.
It's yummy. What do you think, Anya?
I don't know. I'm mixing
Good.
it up.
Okay, so this is all parve, vegan, and this is actually what we're having for breakfast.